Okay, so let's start with work problems. In algebra, this is when we find the rate on how a person um, or it can be, in other examples, it can be pipes, or it can be something that we can measure the work done in how many minutes or how many days, or in whatever time. And we get the rate of each person or each thing that does the job, and then we measure how much time they can do it together, or if you have the data um, that you can, if you have the data of how the work can be done by, of how many people, what if a person does it alone? Those are typically the problems, and it works around the formula work is equal to rate times time, no? So basically, if we take a look at the rate, since we're talking about rates, so if we divide time on both sides, we will get rate as work over time. So usually the the formula or our working equation would look like 1 over a, let's just use a and b, then 1 over t. A being the time that A can do the job alone, then same as B, the time that B can do the job alone, and then T is the total time to finish the whole work. So this is if you have if you have more than two persons, you can add more, just add with the same rate as 1 over C and so on. So that will be our working equation. We can try this, and to better understand this, let's try it with examples. Let's start with the first one. Example number 1, if Anna can paint a wall in 6 hours, what part of the job can she complete in 2 hours? So we're still looking at the work is equal to rate times time formula. It says in the problem, Anna can paint the wall in 6 hours. And then you're being asked what part of the job she can complete in 2 hours. If we look at the rate of Anna, she can do it in 6 hours. Okay? And then you were asked what part of the job or the work she can complete in 2 hours. So just multiply it by the time, 2 hours. Okay? So that will give you 2 over 6, or getting the simplest form of the fraction, it's 1/3. So therefore, in that case, Anna can finish 1/3 of the wall in 2 hours. Okay? So that is basically using our general formula for work. Okay? Now, for the next example involving two persons, we have Bob and Carla. For example number 2, Bob can finish a task in 4 hours, and Carla can do the same task in 6 hours. So how long will it take them to finish the task together? So the rate of Bob is 1 over 4, and for Carla is 1 over 6. So to get the job done together, we can use the second formula we had coming from the original work formula. We can do Bob's rate plus Carla's rate, and then we can get the total time that they can do the job. Okay, so we solve for T. So how are we going to solve for T? We combine first the fractions on the left hand side. We get the least common denominator, and the least common denominator would be 12, so that will be 12. 12 divided by 4 is 3 times 1. So 3 plus 12 divided by 6. 2 times 1, it's 2. It's t. Okay. So 3 plus 2 is 5 over 12. Then 1 over t. We can multiply both sides by 12t. Cancels t, cancels 12. You'll get 5t is equal to 12. Divide both sides by 5. That cancels out. So that gives you 12 over 5. Okay? So that means, or that is 2 and 2/5 or 2.4 hours. So therefore we can conclude that it will take 2.4 hours to finish the task together. In reference of Bob and Carla. Okay? And then, for our next example, we have Adam and his sister Maria. So, Adam can clean a room in 3 hours. You can write Adam's rate. And then, if his sister Maria helps, they can clean it in 2 2/5 of an hour. How long will it take Maria to do the job alone? So we're given Adam's rate. Maria's rate is unknown, so we can write it as x. And then, and together, we'll just use t, as we've been using earlier. It's 2 2/5. So we can set up the same equation. Bob's rate, not Bob, that's for example 2. Adam's rate, 1/3 plus Maria's rate is 1 over x, and then the total time it will take both of them to clean it is 2 2/5. So let's just rewrite it as an improper fraction so we can arrange the fraction easily. So this will be 1 over 12 over 5. Okay? So we can get the least common denominator on the left hand side. So that will be 3x. So 3x divided by 3 is x. Then 3x divided by x is 3. And then we can rewrite this fraction on the right as we can treat it as a division of fractions. 1 over 12 over 5. So that becomes just the reciprocal 5 over 12. Then multiplying both sides by 12 and 3x. So that cancels 3x here and 12 here. We'll get, distribute 12, we'll get 12x plus 36 is equal to 5 times 3x is 15x. We subtract 12x on both sides. You get 3x and then you'll be left with 36. Divide both sides by 3. You'll get x as 12. So, Maria can clean a room in 12 hours alone. Okay? Then for our last example, so we have Brittany, who can build a large shed in 10 days less than Cosmo. If they build it together, it would take them 12 days. How long would it take each of them working alone? So we don't have the individual rates for Brittany and Cosmo, but you are given a relationship. We can write it down as a table, right? Brittany, Cosmo, and then together. So Brittany can do it in, let's say, at a certain time x. Okay, but for Cosmo it says Brittany can build a shed in 10 days less than Cosmo. So Brittany builds faster, basically. So let's say Cosmo has X, and then let's put Brittany as X minus 10. Right? Because Cosmo can do it in X number of days, then Brittany can do it in 10 days less than Cosmo, X minus 10. And then together it will take them 12 days. Okay. Alright. So how are we going to write down the equation? So let's put Brittany as 1 over X minus 10. For Cosmo, 1 over X. And then together, 1 over 12. Get the LCD on the left hand side. That gives us X times X minus 10. So this will just be X and then plus X minus 10. And this will be 1 over 12. Then multiplying both sides by 12x, then x minus 10. Okay, that cancels out. And then distribute 12, it will become 12x plus 12x minus 120 is equal to, we'll have x times x minus 10. So we'll have 24x minus 120, and then we'll have x squared minus 10x. Putting everything in one on the left hand side, so this will just be 0 out on the left. It will be x squared minus 10x. So we'll basically need to subtract 24x on both sides and then add 120 on both sides. So that will be, instead of negative 10x, it's negative 34x plus 120. So there are options on how to solve for this quadratic equation. You can use a quadratic formula, you can factor out if possible, or completing the squares if necessary. Okay? You can try to look to factor it out first. You can think of factors. You can have 40 and 3, which will not add up to 34. If 20 and 6, just be around 26. Alright. I don't think it will be completed. Let's take a look at the factors. 60 and 2, no. 40 and 3. 30 and 4. It's 30. 30 and 4 can be 34. Yeah. So we can have x minus 30 and x minus 4. Gives us 34. Okay. Alright, then we can just equate both factors to 0, and then it will be x is equal to 30 and x is equal to 4. Alright. Okay. So, each of these is correct, though, or is a solution to the quadratic equation. However, we need to verify which of this will be accepted, because it says there in the equation, Brittany can build a large shed in 10 days less than Cosmo. So the one that we got is Cosmo's rate or time to complete the shed, the large shed. If Cosmo will take 4 days to finish it, Brittany will be, or can finish it in negative 6 days. So since it will not make sense that Brittany can finish it in less than, or instantly, or even in time traveling or whatnot, we can't take x is equal to 4. We will reject this option, but we will accept 30. Okay? Because in that case, Cosmo can build the shed in 30 days, while Brittany in 30 minus 10, 20 days. So that is the reason why we will accept x is equal to 30. Okay? Alright. If you have questions, you can type it in the comments below. If you've liked this video, you can like this video below, click subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video.